Comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Hello, and welcome to Money on the Floor. I'm here to help you pick it up. Talking about arbitrage.company. Yep, talking about these crazy cryptos. Talking about what it takes to be professional. We need Apex to go live. That's what it takes. When it's live, we'll be able to pull money off this all the time. Yes, we'll have some small losses, but we'll have some big wins too. And that's what matters. You need to have losses, otherwise you're not trading. To trade is to lose, but to trade is to win. So if you let your winners be twice as big as your losers, you don't have to win as much as your losers. As long as you're at least 70-30, you're fine. Heck, even if you're 51-49, you're still fine. You're still going to make a head. You could probably be less. You could probably be 60 losers and 40 winners. And as long as you're 2-1, you're going to make a profit. And if you're 3-1, you'll make more profit. And if you get a good system to where you go 70-1, you'll make a great profit. And that's where you want to be at, because that's what it takes, 70-30. You do that with a good system, and you let your winners be twice as big as your losers, you will make money. That's all there is to it. It's a very simple process. You have to have money management. You have to put in your stop. We went over all the stops. I like 0.3. Works for me. So I already got a trade on, so let's go check it out. Let's see if my 0.3 stopped me out or if I'm still going. So we think we're in a triangle, but you never know sometimes. They will trick you. Here we are. We're still there. We're still in the triangle if you put your trend line. It should turn around right about now. Now, if you notice, we have two wicks. It tells me it's trying to turn around. But sometimes we get this thing called a breakout, and it breaks out of the triangle. And when it breaks out of the triangle, it explodes. So it's going to evaporate me or liquidate me. So I'll lose about $11,000. That's what I figured I'd like to lose that I can come back from. And when I win 25,000 or 22,000 is the minimum I like to win. So in this way, I at least get 2-1. But if I can get 3-1, 4-1, why not? Let it run. But that's the goal. But I found where my stop was for me, because that's what I found. What I like to make is around 22,000, 25,000, using $100 at a time. So that's how I like to do it. Now you have to find out what works for you. That's a different deal. But that's why we're here experimenting. It's all demo. Try it. See what works. Try my way. And if it don't work, then move it around a little bit. Find what works for you. Maybe you need a tighter stop. Maybe you need a bigger stop. Don't know. We're all different. But we're all here for the same reason, to make money with Apex. Because once this goes live, look out. So right now we're still in the trade. If you connect here to here and keep going, this puts us right into that trend line. This thing's got to turn around. If it keeps going up, I'm wrong. We either got to break out or it's not a triangle. I mean, it could, sometimes you think it's a triangle or you think it's a certain thing, and then you find out it's a tunnel. It's like it's a lot bigger unit, so this thing's got to go way up here to stay in the channel. It's called channel trading. These things stay in a big channel sometimes. And maybe this isn't it is a triangle, but it's going to break out to the top of the channel. And if it does that, I'm going to lose. But I'm only going to lose $11,000 or 11,000, whatever this number is down here. And we're almost there, so I hope it turns around pretty soon. Right now we're at 5. Sorry, I was looking at that number, scared me. See, I get all excited and look at wrong number. So right now we're turning around. Now if we turn around, it's not going to go that far. It's going to stay within the triangle. So where's it going to come down to? Right about in here, this line. When we get down to that line, we better take profit, because I don't think it's going to go any further unless we get a breakout. Now that can happen. Now then, if it happens, either I take profit there, and then if it breaks out, I put in another trade, which would be another sell trade. Or you could try to let it run and see if it breaks out, but sometimes you're wrong and the triangle goes back up, and then I miss my profit. And I hate missing profit. I'd rather get that profit, and then if it breaks out, I do another trade. But that's me. That's how I look at it. And I love triangles. Triangles are great to trade, especially for scalping. And if it's a big triangle, if you can find it on a day chart, and you can implement that into your smaller time frames and just look for the trades in that direction, that's another way to do it. See, there's so many ways to trade. That's what's so awesome. And there's nothing wrong with using a higher time frame to make sure you're going down. So we can come over here and check. Right now we're on a 5-minute chart. Let's check a 15-minute chart. Let me move this up. Click here. 15 says we're up, but we're hitting resistance, that we might be going down. So it's good. Tells me we have a chance. We have a reason to go down. That's all. That's all I need is a reason to trade. If I'm wrong, I get out. If I'm right, I make money. That's all. But there's always a good way to double check it. We got a lot of resistance right here. This thing hits here, it is here, everywhere, man. And then once it's here, it's support. Over here, it's resistance. So, I mean, this thing's super strong line right here. Most likely, it's going to go down unless this thing wants to really go up. It'll break it and go on up. Then I lose my trade. But then, if I reanalyze this and we see we broke it, we come back and retest, maybe it's time to buy it again. So it's easy to be the wrong way. You've seen that on many trades. Get into a trade, and especially the first trade, and I made a mistake. I broke my rule. I made a rule and I broke it already. I should need to write it down, keep it in front of me. My rule for my first trade is to be half the size, because I usually lose that one. Because you're not in sync with the market yet. You're just analyzing it real quick and jumping in and finding out that's not what it's doing. And usually that trade I lose. I'd say 70-30, I lose it. But because of those odds, I'm better trading half the size. So I lose half, so it's much easier to come back the next trade when I got it right. That's all. But that's in my trade plan now. I just need to implement it. See? You can have a plan, but if you don't implement it, it doesn't mean nothing. Now here's another thing too, looking at this 15-minute chart. If you go ahead and put your trend line across here, it lines up with this one. So this one should be pushing down. Put them across here, you're in a little channel going down. Doesn't mean you're not going to break the channel, but it just gives you another reason why maybe we're going to go down. That's all we're looking for. Just looking for a reason to stay in the trade or to make the trade. That's all. So let's take it back to our original time frame. There we go. We're still red. We're still pushing down. That means we still got a chance. When that guy changes and goes green and goes above here, we're out. We get whatever. What do they call it? Liquidation. We get liquidated. Yeah, I keep calling it evaporated, but you know, same thing. It sucks up the money. Get vacuumed. Yep. Somebody else picked it up, not us. But I'm here to help you pick it up. So remember that. That's what I'm trying to do, is show you how I like to trade, what works for me, what keeps me professional. And if I can do it, you can do it. That's all. We don't like to give away our money. But we do need to lose from time to time. There's nothing wrong. That's when I learned the most, is when you lost. So if you lose, learn something from it, because you paid for that lesson. Okay? So always remember that. When you lose, you're going to be mad. Nobody likes to lose. It's human nature. We don't like it. So if it does happen, find out why it happened. Something you could have done better? Something you need to change in your plan? Or was it just one of those losses, nothing you can do? Most likely, it's nothing you could do. But if there is, fix it. That's all. That's how I fixed all my stuff. Kept losing. Yep, got tired of it. It's either quit or learn a different way. I didn't like losing, so I wasn't even using a stop sometimes, or I'd move the stop. I thought the market would turn around. I thought I knew better. You know, you can't outguess this market. You can take your best guess, but you better have a short stop. I didn't believe in stops at that time. Oh, did I lose? And when I lost, it was big. Oh my God. It was no little loss. It was enough loss to make you wonder if you should even be doing this. But because I turned mine around, that means you can do it too. Even if you've had big losses, find out what's making you lose. Sometimes it's just the mental game. Mental game is probably the hardest part. Fear and greed, getting past all that. Yep, got the green candle. It's going. Should be gone. Ooh. It's not going to get me out yet. Okay. I think it's got to get to 15,000. I think that's what I read on it. When I put the trade in, I think once it gets to 15,000, but it leaves me at 11,000 when it gets out. So hopefully we're still in this trade. It looks like it's still a triangle. We'll find out. So anyway, this video's gone on again. I talked too much again. I haven't finished the trade yet. Man, this is crazy. Come on, trade. Help us out here. So anyway, stay arb strong. Hang in there. I'm going to do another video to try to finish up this trade. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.